Hey everyone, Nicholas here and welcome to the very first video of Crippled Tech. And this is the second attempt I'm recording this video. Well, it's a long story, but... And for this first video of Crippled Tech, I'm going to build my very own gaming PC. Well, it's a PC. Whatever it's for, it's a PC. You can call it a gaming PC, a production PC, or whatever. I'm gonna use it to do everything. So, well, I have all the parts, or most of the core components in front of me right now. And without further delay, I'm just gonna start with the motherboard. I'll go over the specs as we go along. Okay, so let's start with the motherboard. As you can see, I've skipped some steps because this is my second time recording this video. And this step is really a hassle, so maybe I'll just put in the footage of the first recording. This is the CPU socket. This is the AM4 socket for AMD Ryzen lineup. So I'll pull the lever and make it upright, and then my hands are shaking. Okay, grab the CPU. There's a triangle at the corner that I can't show you right now. There's a triangle on the socket, match the triangle. Put it in, slot it in. There, zoom in a little. There, the triangle is right there. So, I dropped it in, give it a little wiggle, make sure it's in, and then push the lever in. Right. The CPU should be installed. So basically this is the motherboard. The motherboard is a Gigabyte B550 Aorus Pro AC. And this motherboard comes with built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which is a necessity for me. So that's why I chose this motherboard. And it's a B550 chipset. The CPU I'm using is a Ryzen 7 5800X. It's a 8-core, I think, 8-core, 16-thread Ryzen processor. And basically, I just installed the CPU and the cooler on top with some thermal paste. So the next step will be the RAM. So as you can see, there's a notch in the RAM stick, and there's also a notch inside the RAM slot. So you just line it up. My hands my hands are shaking. This is the second time. Why? Okay, line it up and then just push one side in. The clip will clip automatically, and then the other side. Alright, second one, line it up, put it in, and then just push it, and then push the other side. Okay, the RAM stick is now installed. We'll move on to the SSD. So the SSD I have here is an Adata XPG SX8200 Pro. It's a 512GB SSD. It's an NVMe PCIe 3.0, I think. M.2 form factor. So I'm gonna need my screwdriver from now on. So this over here is the cover for the M.2 slot, which we will install the SSD into. So let's unscrew it. Again, there's a notch in the installation slot right here, and a notch in the M.2 slot. So let's just line it up and then push it in. Okay, when you push it in, it should just spring load like this. I forgot to unscrew that screw. Okay, to install it, just push the SSD down and then try to line the screw up. I can't line it up. Line the screw. Alright, that's screwed in. I think that's about it for the preparation for the motherboard, and we'll move on to installing the motherboard into the case. Okay, so this is the case. The case I'm using is a Cooler Master NR Masterbox NR2. No, not the 200, the 600. Right, so to install the motherboard into the case, we'll need to lie it back down. And then, okay, this is a bit of a thing. I'm gonna grab it. And then this is an ATX case installed with attempting to be installed with a ATX motherboard. Don't tighten it all the way first. Screw in all corners.
雨降ってるね。こういう日ってアイスとか食べたくなるかも。
Alright, so now the motherboard is installed into the case. Right now, we'll stand the case upright. Right, before we install the radiator to the case, we need to plug in a few cables first. So, this is the CPU cable that will be plugged in to the top CPU power over here, and then this side will be plugged to the power supply. So this is a 4+4 pin. Now CPU power, route it to the back. Okay, CPU power is now plugged in and routed properly. Now, where's the cable for the pump? So, the cable for the pump right here. Plug it into the CPU fan header, which is color-coded gray here. I can't. Okay, I just plugged it in over here. Okay, so this is the power supply. I'm using the NZXT C850. This is an 850 watt 80 plus gold rated PSU. Yeah, I think that's basically. Oh, and it's modular. That means all the cables from the power supply are detachable. So, God, I need to unbox properly. So right. So NZXT actually gives this nice bag to house all the cables. So we're gonna need to grab all the cables we need. Okay, so cable tied up. I think that's about it. Now, I think we can move on to the final step of the build, the graphics card. Right, let's take out the graphics card. So the graphics card I'm using is a Galax model. It is a Geforce RTX 3070 Ti. I've been waiting don't know how many months for this model for even a chance to purchase this card. Okay, so this is a beefy card right here. Not as beefy as all the other like the Supremax models, but this is a three fan, 2.5 slot card. So to install the graphics card, we need to remove the PCIe cover first. Okay, now there's space. This wire should just clip beside the graphics card. So the graphics card. Okay, there is a PCIe cover here. Remove this, and then this is the moment right here. Right, line the PCIe lane thing up, line it up, and then make sure the cables are in the right spot, nothing interfering, and then push it in. Alright, the card is pushed in, and it doesn't line up with the screw holes for some reason. Alright, so now let's just connect the cables. So you might realize there's a pigtail right here to connect to two, but the 3070 Ti is a high power drawing card. I'm not taking any chances for it to overdraw from one cable. So let's just connect the 6 plus 2, which is 8, the 8 pin, and then connect it, push it in, and then the other one, push it into. Okay, the cables are now connected, and then just route it properly. I think that's about it, where we can boot test it out. You know, I dropped this keyboard once in the first attempt of shooting this video. I'll put a clip in here right now. It's a bit hilarious. Okay, I need to come over to the front. It's okay, it's just a few keys. Okay, all the peripherals are connected. Let's turn on the monitor first. Is it taking in DisplayPort signal? Yep, it's taking in DisplayPort. Okay, let's turn on the power supply. Okay, something just flashed. Okay, and then boot up. Okay, nice. So the fans are turning, ARGB are going on, and then right, okay, we are in the BIOS, successful boot. Let's check all the stuff first. Okay, I did not turn on the mouse. Okay, SSD is detected. Graphics card is detected. RAM is detected. Nice, everything is detected. I think alright, we have a successful build. So let me cover this up. Okay, This is the first build of our PC. Okay, plastic is peeled off. That's looking nice. I love it. Alright, we have a successful PC build and it is posted to the BIOS. No operating system has been installed on the SSD yet. I'll do that later. You will see in a second video. I'll end this build video right here with a montage of the PC. Thank you very much for watching the first video of Crippled. I will be streaming from on Twitch time to time. It will be linked in the description below as well as on screen right now, and all my social media will be on screen and linked in the description below. And if you enjoyed this PC build, please subscribe to Crippled Tech. There will be more PC tech related videos to come. The second video will be me on this PC trying to install Windows 10 and set it all up to be usable. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed it, like the video, and I think that's pretty much. Let's move on to the montage.